What would make someone leave everything behind and travel the world with no clear destination or plan today? Can a life of constant movement really bring more happiness than stability and routine back home? From fear and doubt to freedom and discovery, this journey changed everything I thought I knew about life. Today I am sharing why I left everything behind and why I do not regret that decision even once. If you love travel stories and life-changing journeys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring adventures. 1. The moment everything started to feel wrong. Life looked normal on the outside, but something inside me slowly started to feel different every single day. The routine began to feel repetitive and predictable, like I was stuck in the same cycle without change. Work, responsibilities and expectations started to feel heavier than exciting or meaningful anymore in life. I kept asking myself if this was really how the rest of my life was supposed to look every day. Even small moments of happiness began to feel temporary instead of deeply fulfilling or lasting. The idea of staying in one place forever started to feel more limiting than comforting over time. That was when the thought of leaving everything behind first entered my mind seriously for the first time. 2. The decision to leave was not easy at all. Making the decision to leave everything behind was one of the hardest choices I ever had to face. There was fear of uncertainty, fear of failure, and fear of losing stability in life completely. I thought about family expectations, responsibilities, and what people would say about my decision. Every logical reason told me to stay and continue the safe and predictable path I already had. But deep inside, something kept pushing me toward change and a completely different direction in life. I spent many sleepless nights thinking and questioning whether I was making a huge mistake. In the end, I realized staying would feel like giving up on something important inside myself. 3. Letting go of comfort was the hardest part. Comfort is powerful because it makes uncertainty feel more dangerous than it really is in reality. Leaving behind a stable home, routine, and familiar surroundings was emotionally overwhelming at first. Even simple things like friends, habits, and daily structure suddenly felt difficult to say goodbye to. The fear of starting from zero in a completely unknown environment was very real and intense. However, I also realized that comfort can slowly turn into limitation if you never challenge it. Growth only begins when you step outside what feels safe and predictable in your life journey. Letting go did not feel easy, but it felt necessary for something bigger waiting ahead. 4. The first days of travel were overwhelming. The beginning of the journey was exciting but also full of confusion and emotional uncertainty. New places, new cultures, and unfamiliar environments created both excitement and stress at the same time. I had no fixed plan, which made every day feel unpredictable and slightly uncomfortable initially. Simple tasks like transportation and communication became small challenges in a new world. But slowly, I started adapting and learning how to navigate life in different countries alone. Every small success built more confidence and reduced the fear of the unknown step by step. What once felt overwhelming slowly began to feel like freedom instead of fear over time. 5. Meeting the world changed my perspective completely. Traveling exposed me to people, cultures, and lifestyles I had never experienced or imagined before. Every country showed me a different way of living, thinking, and understanding happiness in life. I met people who had very little material wealth but seemed richer in joy and peace. These experiences challenged everything I believed about success, comfort, and happiness until then. I realized that life does not have just one correct path or definition of success. The world became a classroom where every interaction taught me something new and meaningful. 6. Freedom became more valuable than stability. After some time, I started realizing that freedom felt more important than predictable stability. Waking up in different places with different possibilities gave life a completely new meaning. There was no fixed routine, but there was endless opportunity to explore and grow daily. Even uncertainty began to feel exciting instead of something to fear or avoid completely. I understood that stability is not always the same as happiness or fulfillment in life. Freedom allowed me to design my days based on experience instead of obligation alone. 7. Challenges became my greatest teachers. Traveling the world was not always easy and came with unexpected difficulties along the way. Language barriers, financial pressure and uncertainty tested my patience and problem-solving skills. There were moments of loneliness where I questioned my decision to leave everything behind. But each challenge forced me to grow stronger, more independent and more adaptable over time. Mistakes turned into lessons and difficulties became valuable parts of my personal growth journey. I learned how to trust myself in situations where no one else could guide me. 8. I started living more intentionally. Without a fixed routine, I became more aware of how I spent every single day. Choices became more meaningful because every decision shaped my travel experience directly. I started appreciating small moments like sunsets, conversations and simple daily experiences more. Life felt less automatic and more conscious compared to my previous routine-based lifestyle. I realized how often people live without truly noticing the present moment around them. Travel forced me to slow down mentally even while moving constantly between places. 9. Doubts still exist but regret does not. Even after all this time, doubts sometimes appear in quiet moments of reflection and thought. But those doubts never turn into regret because of everything I experienced and learned. I may not have all the answers about the future, but I understand myself much better now. The life I left behind feels distant compared to the experiences I have gained since then. Every challenge, memory and connection makes the journey feel worth it without question today. Regret is replaced by gratitude for choosing uncertainty over comfort and familiarity in life. 10. Would I choose the same life again? If I had to make the decision again today, I would still choose this path without hesitation. The world has given me experiences that no stable routine could have ever provided before. I have learned more about life, people and myself than I ever expected before starting this. Even though the journey is not perfect, it feels real and deeply meaningful every single day. The memories, lessons and freedom are worth more than any comfort I left behind initially. I no longer see life as something fixed but as something constantly evolving and expanding. Now you know why I left everything to travel the world and why I do not regret it today. From fear and doubt to freedom and growth, this journey completely changed my entire perspective on life. What would you do if you had to choose between comfort and a completely unknown future today? Share your thoughts in the comments and tell your own story of change or courage in life. If this journey inspired you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more life-changing travel stories.